So thank you, Jackie, and nice work putting this thing together all the time. It is amazing. I got to see one of the mom's things, and it was very good. And it's nice to have a little chance to shoot back, both at mothers and children's, because that's what men do well. Jackie and Brian are our neighbors just down the street, and actually they were just last night sitting on our porch again, drinking our beer again. And I was a little nervous about tonight. I've never done this before, and I asked her, is there any advice that you can give me kind of going into this thing? And strangely, her advice was nearly the exact same words that my wife gave me on our wedding night. Two things. She said, don't go too fast. And secondly, wait till the laughing stops before you make your next move. True story, right? You were there. So anyway, this show is pretty good though. It's a lot like Alcoholics Anonymous, I think, for parents, which is good, because I've been drinking a lot more since I've become a father. Not that I wasn't drinking before. I like to get the drink on, but I found that the beverage can actually help with a few parenting things. It can be embarrassing sometimes, but there's a few good things. My daughter tried some piano lessons last year, and it was kind of this golden hour. She would go into the living room with the piano instructor, and there was this sound that would come out, and I would be alone in the kitchen with a 12-pack of IPA, and it was a nice time. And by the end, it actually sounded pretty good. And I was like, "Yeah, that was really good. You're doing a nice job there." And my wife, who's in the audience tonight, is I'm a very lucky man. She has some fun characteristics as well. She really likes things to be very clean. Which doesn't always work perfectly with children. And we have a little girl, our daughter is 8, and boy, the hair's got to be clean, the dress has got to be right, and if her feet are dirty, it's a bad deal. But if a bottle of wine has been taken down, it converts more to, Ellie, what do you have in your mouth? That's a slug? Okay, it's good. Just a little bit of dampening of the senses. I actually, the evening news we watch every night, we try to get our daughter to bed, and then we turn on the evening news and watch, and there seems to be this pattern that we see. There's, kind of the classic weather and the sports and the what street is being renamed this month. And then at the end, my favorite part always comes, and my wife gets giddy when there's breaking news. She sits up in the bed. And there's this, some guy is doing 123 miles an hour the wrong way on I-205, and has just collided into a phone pole, and they report the whole story, and they've got the pictures. At the end, they always come back to the newscaster, who sort of leans into the mic and says, "Officers believe that alcohol was involved." I've always thought that if my life as a parent were broadcast in segments, every segment would end. Alcohol was involved. I actually kind of think that if there was a report that came out of hospitals every time somebody found out that they were pregnant, the doctors would say, "Bob and Linda Smith found out they're pregnant today. Alcohol was involved." So you had mentioned the sex life changing with kids, and I think that's very true. It's just, opportunity changes a little bit, and, there's no way to get around this slowdown there. But as a man, the result is, I think, a little bit different. Pretty much everything in life turns you on. I don't know if I'm alone with this, but everywhere you go, everything you're looking at, it's like, It's just the 4th of July, and, unpacking the fireworks. Fireworks are very phallic, of course. Everything's you're pulling out these things, and each one is bigger and standing up, and you're kind of getting excited. And you start looking at the names of these damn things. It's like you're looking at, it's the 4th of July fun box. And, it all crescendos with the Big Bang. Jesus, Ellie, I gotta go see your mom. I always love the 4th of July. I have a daughter, just one kid. We're throwing a softball, but I do have to live in a house with 2 women, which is a challenge because I don't understand women. And the problem is they're smarter than me. Even 8-year-old women are smarter than me. So it's just a matter of trying to keep up. multitasking is definitely a big part of that, and they like to put it in your face. So I don't understand a couple of things. The other day, my wife calls me at work. She says, honey, I'm wondering if you can come home a little early, because I've got something planned. That line was in the invitation. I have something planned. So I was like, cool, this is good. I'll come home. So I come home, and we meet in the kitchen. We stand at the kitchen counter for a little while, and we stare at each other, and I can feel the trap coming. The trap has been set. Foolishly, I say, so what do you have in mind? She says, I don't know, what do you want to do? That's trouble right there. I say, I don't know, I haven't planned anything. And she said, that's right, you haven't planned anything. You never plan anything, you should be the person who plans things. How come? Okay. Now I know I'm in trouble, and I'm wondering what just happened. And it's the whole issue of women thinking something and saying something completely different. And they do this knowing full well we can't do two things at once. I can't handle one thing coming at me and think something differently. I need, like, visual aids and hand gestures. And the hand gesture came, actually, shortly after that.